Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into a really interesting devotional piece. It's called God Sees Our Pain.
Yeah, it focuses on that story in Genesis chapters 29 and 30. Powerful stuff.
Definitely. And our mission, really, for you listening, is to pull out what this tells us about feeling seen, especially when life gets tough, and maybe how to handle those times.
And it all centers around Leah. You know, the text points out how she often felt kind of overlooked, especially compared to her sister Rachel.
Right. So we're tracing her journey, her realization that God was paying attention, even when maybe others weren't.
It's a core question, isn't it? Have you ever felt invisible, just completely unnoticed?
Exactly. And looking at Leah, someone from millennia ago, well, it might offer some, real comfort and maybe some guidance for us now.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's jump into the first main idea. God sees you, even when people might not.
Yeah, and the source material is pretty clear. Initially, Leah having children, it's framed as an attempt to win Jacob's love.
That really hits home, doesn't it? That human need for validation, for connection with those closest.
Totally. But then there's this pivot, a real turning point.
With Judah's birth, right.
Exactly. The devotional highlights this shift. She moves from seeking Jacob's approval to actively praising God.
And the name itself, Judah, meaning praise. It's like she's marking that change.
It is. And the bigger takeaway here, maybe, is that human relationships can be, well, disappointing sometimes. But God's love, as it's shown here, is constant.
It's based on his nature, not on whether we get that external thumbs up.
Precisely. Not on our achievements or how others see us.
So what does that mean for us, like, practically?
Well, the devotional gives some solid advice. Like, talk to God when you feel overlooked. Bring those feelings to him.
Instead of just chasing human approval.
Yeah, don't base your worth only on that. Remember, you're valued by God already.
Yeah.
And this is interesting. Choose praise, even when it hurts.
As a way to change your own heart.
It seems so. A practice that can shift your focus.
So, for you listening, if you felt that invisibility, this first lesson is kind of a reassurance, isn't it?
Definitely. Your feelings are acknowledged. But there's this bigger divine view that truly sees and values you no matter what.
Okay, that's powerful. Let's move to the second key point. God works through messy situations.
Because let's be honest, Genesis 29 and 30, it's complicated.
Yeah, the devotional calls it a situation of jealousy, competition, and control, especially around having kids.
Absolutely. You see Leah and Rachel navigating this really difficult dynamic, probably shaped a lot by their culture back then, you know?
But here's the twist, I guess. Even with all that human drama, all the imperfections.
God is still at work.
Yeah.
That's what the text emphasizes. He's moving things forward, fulfilling his promises, establishing Israel.
So our mess-ups, our imperfect circumstances, they don't stop God's plan.
Doesn't seem like it. His faithfulness, as it's presented here, isn't really riding on us getting everything right. He works within our reality.
Wow, that takes some pressure off, doesn't it?
It really does. It's quite freeing, actually.
So how do we apply that? What's the practical advice?
Well, things like letting go of trying to control everything, trusting God's timing, maybe.
It's hard to do sometimes.
Oh, for sure. And resisting that comparison trap.
Yeah.
You know, constantly looking at what others have or are doing.
Right. And remembering our value isn't tied to those external things. It's inherent.
Exactly. As a child of God, your value is set not based on achievements or status.
So for you listening, that's really encouraging, I think. If you're in a tough spot, feeling like things are messy.
It doesn't disqualify you. God is still present, still active, right in the middle of it.
Okay. So wrapping up this deep dive on God sees our pain and Leah's story, two big things stand out for me.
Go on.
First, God does see your individual pain, that feeling of being overlooked. It's acknowledged. And second, his work, his purpose, it carries on even when life is, messy and imperfect.
Yeah, Leah's story really shows that shift, doesn't it? From needing human approval to seeing God's love and choosing praise anyway.
It's a powerful example.
So here's something to maybe chew on. Think back to a time you felt unseen, or maybe when things just felt chaotic. What if you consciously tried shifting your focus towards praise, towards trust?
How might that change things?
Yeah, how might it change your perspective on that situation, how you see God in it, and really sit with the idea that your inherent value goes way beyond any external validation you might be looking for?